What's going on, podcast family? CJ here. Listen, man, real quick before we get into the podcast, I want to tell you about a conference going down in Atlanta, Georgia for all entrepreneurs, April 4th and 5th. All right. That's April 4th and 5th. RealSocialProof.com. And my man, David Shands, is bringing you an entrepreneur event like none other. All right. You're going to want to make sure you're there. If you're in the Atlanta area or around the Atlanta area, can get to the Atlanta area. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur, you're already doing it big. It's going to be tons of guest speakers from all over the country, man, making it happen. And we want to make sure that you guys get there. All right. Just for being a listener to this podcast, you can get 20% off the general admission or VIP tickets. Go to RealSocialProof.com. That's RealSocialProof.com and use the promo code S2S. All right, and get 20% off your tickets. All right, April 4th and 5th right here in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, shout out to David Shands for doing major things, man. You've seen David on the road with us and just a great guy, man. We want to make sure we go out there and support. All right, appreciate your podcast, family. Let's get rocking.
There are those of us who have had some traumatic experiences that have happened in our lives, that there are certain things that the person necessarily doesn't do, but things that happen that will trigger your trauma. And what you have to do in those instances is you have to look at the facts and go, this person is loyal. You can't let what happened to you in the past make you think that's what's happening to you in the present.
Today's show is brought to you by Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, the green juice, solves the problem of juicing greens on the go. We all know that we need to get those fruits and greens and vegetables and all that in our diets, guys, and here's a quick and easy way to get it. You just add water, drink, and let your body soak up the benefits. Visit Organifi.com to learn more about an exciting offer for you, our podcast listeners. That's Organifi, ORGANIFI.com.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined by, can't even say as always, man.
Say as always.
I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Straight bone thugs. The Bayesian sensation has the week off. The lucky dog. He's back in Lansing with his family. I'm down in Charleston, sunny Charleston, South Carolina. With
Sunny windy.
The good doctor.
Sunny windy.
Sunny, so it is a little windy today. It was a little chill. I had to put the hoodie on today. It was a little warm yesterday. I had the polo on. Dr. Thomas, how are you, sir?
Blessed, man. Blessed. Good season.
It is a great season indeed. And we're joined by our illustrious partner, Dr. Josh Kenneth
Co-host.
Hatch. What's going on, my brother?
Thank you. I like the sound of that doctor.
Yeah.
Things are good, thank you.
Good to have you back on the podcast, man. E and I had to come down for some business, man, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about that and, just to get some work done. So we've been down here pretty much all week. So we decided to knock out the podcast here, and Carl is not here. So if this actually doesn't ever record and get out to the world, we'll just be talking to these four walls.
It was all ET.
I just called Carl and we got a mentoring session. We have ET as our sound engineer.
Oh, man. I'm talking about dangerous. Dangerous. Danger. Watch yourself.
So we will see if this actually gets done. But how's everybody feeling? Let's get a quick update. Josh, I know you were golfing and hanging out with Huddy, and E, I know you had a busy weekend. What's going on, y'all?
Man, things are good. Busy in all the right ways. We're blessed. So everything's good. Chasing the kids around in Charleston with you guys, taking care of some business this week, doing a podcast live together. So everything is good.
Carl, hey, if Josh had everything good, everything is great for me because I'm chasing Didi around. So, it's great. I am excited though, man. The spring is peeking her little head out a little bit in the Midwest. So Didi and I are headed back home. And of course, still got some gigs here and there, but we won't have to stay away for weeks at a time because of the weather. So I'm looking forward to that. And of course, the church is about 2 to 3 weeks and complete.
Wow.
So I'm really looking forward to moving into the new facility and all the new things that are gonna come, because after all these years, we finally have our own, facility. So look for some great things to come.
E called me the other night, and now, why would E call me? Now, so shout out to Michigan State, the Spartans. We're in the Sweet 16, okay? We're doing our thing. Shout out to everybody in the bracket challenge. I'm about to actually go look and see if I can find out exactly who's in first. Whoever's in the podcast, we got a podcast bracket challenge. We'll shout out whoever's in first. Shout out to my boy D Murph. I seen you up on the leaderboard. I'm actually doing pretty well in my bracket challenge, but I was about to do better if Duke would have lost.
I know that's right.
So E calls me when Duke's down 4 with like 30 seconds or whatever it is, talking about, I told you Duke was gonna lose.
Bro,
I said it.
Jinxed it.
Right, I'm like, E,
right.
get off the phone, dog.
Yeah.
So not only because everybody had Duke winning, I didn't, I want my bracket to be well, but if Michigan State wins the Sweet 16 game, our Elite 8 game is against Duke.
Right.
So I'm sitting here like, please let them lose, because there's no way we beating them boys, even though I picked them to win. But E called and jinxed the entire
I'm talking about the
thing
entire thing.
and was like, yeah, you already know, I told you.
I
Didn't I
told
call?
you.
I called it,
I
bro.
called
I called it. I'm on the phone. I'm like, E, get off the phone,
It was
dog.
7 seconds, bro. I'm sorry. It was 7.7. They put 8.1 back
I'm
on.
like,
Can't
dog,
do it.
Right, I'm like, dog, it's Duke. Duke is one of them teams that just won't go away. And sure enough, man, out of nowhere, here comes Zion and Barrett and Reddish and all of them boys, man, and Duke got the win anyway. So shout out to for Duke for being in the tourney. I guess you're just gonna have to lose when you play them Spartans. So matter of fact, this podcast will be out on Thursday. We don't play till Friday. So and then we'll, I think, play Duke on Sunday if we beat LSU. I'm not trying to look past them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do the ET.
Definitely not looking past it.
We up 2 in the first half. E, like I told you, bro.
I told you so.
It's easy.
Man, I'm hurt. I'm hurt about that.
Okay, let me go to the S2S podcast. I'm actually up there, though. I'm in 16th place. We got a couple hundred people. My boy D Murph in 4th. Chucky the Great, North Carolina. Wow, he got North Carolina as the champion. He got 590 points. I'm talking about he's killing the game. TSG Sniper 32 in 2nd place. Fitzgerald Ezel is in 3rd place. Abyss 1 is in 4th, and my boy D Murph is tied with him. So shout out to everybody in there. I'm in 16th. I don't even know where E is. I'm talking about.
I'm with UFC. That's where I'm at. On the bus with the UFC.
Taco.
I'm on the bus with Taco.
UCF though.
Yeah, that's why we messed up right there. You feel me?
That's why your bracket was trash.
All I know is Dawkins. That's all I know.
Yeah. So E, also did you tell the people you went to see Hamilton? That's how bougie E is. E sends me some pictures talking about, I'm going to see Hamilton, right? So I said, oh, okay, nice little night out. Next thing I know, this joker sending me pics backstage with the whole cast, doing all kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, yep. You famous. You know what I'm saying?
Famous.
You a celebrity.
Right.
So tell us about Hamilton, tell us about that, and then I heard you had a fair foul.
I wanted to start with the fair foul, but Hamilton was phenomenal. I am a little crushed because had they told history and rap when I was in middle school, I probably would have got it. You know what I'm saying? So I failed social studies and history simply because it wasn't in Hamilton form.
Yeah.
You know, but bro, it blew my mind. It came out rap and I was like, okay, how long they gonna do that? They ended up doing it the entire play. So I was like, that's different, but it was definitely, man, it was just.
How'd you get backstage?
So when I was literally walking.
You know what I'm saying? We already know what the play is.
Enlighten us.
Yeah, get us to the
so what
good
happened
stuff.
was when I first, Didi and I were walking to get in, my man was like, 6 o'clock, we don't open the doors at 6:30. I was like, cool. So as I said, cool, a dude was like, E.T., is that you? I was like, yeah, that's the funniest thing. Didi always say, that's Didi's new thing. E.T., is that you? And so I was like, yeah, it's me. He was like, man, bro, I can't talk right now. I'm one of the leading, role. I play one of the leading roles, George Washington in the play. But right afterwards, can you come backstage? I'd love to introduce you to the whatever. I was like, all right, bet. So you know how people talk. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. At intermission, ladies looking for me, Usher, like, are you Eric Thomas? I mean, E.T. the hip-hop preacher. I was like, yes, man. They want to see you right after the show. Make sure you come down and stand right here. I was like, all right, cool. So I went back. Yeah, I had a good time, man. Met some of the members, and it was, it was
a great experience. A great experience.
It was.
Yeah, I've been to, what theater was it at? Because I've been on one Broadway play at the Schubert.
No, this wasn't the Schubert. No, this was something else. I'll find out. I'll tell you.
Oh, it ain't that deep. Don't stress yourself.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? I don't care like that. I just wanted to ask. It was just saying like a good follow-up to what you said. You know what theater? Like I'm deep. Like I've been to a bunch.
I just didn't want to say the wrong thing.
We saw Memphis when we went to Broadway. It was really good. It was great. It was great. They did a great job. Although them theaters, I don't know, Josh, you probably dead in there. Them theaters were made like in the 1800s.
Let me tell you something.
I'm like, yo, my knees was hit. I'm like, Josh got to fold this up into a pretzel.
I always feel bad for me and worse for the person behind me.
Oh, yeah, no question.
Yeah, those theaters.
Oh, yeah, you're not about to see nothing.
Yeah.
No, let me tell you,
if you sitting behind Josh.
Josh, it's worse. My knees was hurting. So, I felt like, what in the world? So, I was.
When I get to be 6'5", you know what I'm saying? So what was the fair file, dog?
Oh, so the fair file, bro, I promise you, I love my wife. 99, Gorilla 99. I love my wife. So it's raining, right? And so my man's like, yo, get out of the line, go on into the hotel, eat, and then you come back 6:30, we'll open the doors for you. I was like, bro, you sure? He's like, yeah, you good. We don't want y'all in the cold. I was like, all right, cool. So we go into the hotel, and we chilling out. Like, we was about to walk back to the hotel. So all of a sudden, this, elderly lady, disheveled, got nose running a little bit. She's asking everybody for money. So she asked me, and you know me, bro. I used to be homeless, so I'm like all about helping out. But unfortunately, I don't keep cash like that. You know what I'm saying?
Which is why you usually ask somebody else.
Oh, that's why you called me.
Yeah, I don't keep cash, bro, because I know what I'm gonna do with it. I just give it away. So
By the way, I don't really keep cash like that. Josh, no, I shouldn't say it because you're about to get robbed now. Josh keep about 8 mil on him in cash at all times.
You just
I'm
never
like,
know.
Josh, he used to deal dope back in the day.
Mayweather.
Right.
Hey, I'd rather ask myself for my cash in the bank.
No, you know what's funny? Adam keep cash too. I said, so maybe it's my white friends that keep cash on.
Yeah.
But bros ain't never, bro, man, I'm tapped out.
I'm tapped out,
hold
bro.
on, how much, look, hundreds.
Right,
look, he got hundreds.
Hey, Adam not gonna get robbed. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
no.
You know what I'm saying? So she came to Didi, and the funny thing about Didi never said nothing to the lady. So I showed her my pockets like, boo, I promise you. You got a swiper? Because I just swipe you out real quick. Or you got a cash app. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, no, cash app.
You got a cash app.
If you got cash app, can you add? That's because that means you got access to like
Well, you got a bank account.
phone bill too.
Yeah, well,
like,
it don't mean you pay. It just mean,
Hey, stay off the specifics. Stay off the specifics.
You know what I'm saying? So she was like, oh, it's okay. I was like, for real, man, I'm gonna love you. I just ain't got no money. I wish you the best.
Yeah.
So Didi started unzipping the vest pocket, boy. And so Didi pulled out, I was like, whoa, she pulled out a 20. I'm like, yo, you about to get this lady a $20 bill. Like, I'm not mad, but I don't know if she drink, smoke. Like, give her enough to go get something to eat. You give her enough for groceries, right? So Didi give her the 20. And you can imagine the lady now, she's so excited, bro. She just lights up like a flamingo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She just smiling from ear to ear.
Yeah.
So she rolled up on Didi, give Didi a hug. And Didi give her the 180 shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't touch me. You know what I'm saying? Don't hug me, right? And so the lady thinking, again, she excited. So she thinking maybe Didi playing with the turnaround, don't touch me, boy, the germophobic ministries.
Yeah.
Right? So the lady comes closer, like now she owned D. And next thing I know, Didi got the stiff arm, the Heisman Trophy stiff arm boy on her, and just boom, push her off of her. And I was like, yo, D, you didn't push the lady off you? Like, Didi. And so I said, Didi.
Mixed signals.
Oh, bro. I said,
right.
I said, D, I was teasing D. I said, D, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, when you fooling with angels, strangers, you might be entertaining angels. I was like, you just stiff arm Gabriel. You just stiff arm Gabriel without even knowing it. Right? And so D was like, she felt bad. She literally, when we went to the hotel, she was like, she said it twice. I was like, oh, you losing your gorilla card right now.
Before or after she showered?
Right. She was like, oh man, you think I was like, D, I'm gonna be real with you. I know why you did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a low immune system. Homegirl knows running.
That might make it fair. You got MS. You know what I'm saying? One cold could set you back.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna go foul. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go foul. You gotta love as Christ love. Right. You know what I'm saying? Bring me your sick and shut in.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Bring me your sick, bring me your
But
needy.
I'm also feeling like the 20 offset that. If you gave her the $1, the single me, you got to hug. I got to embrace your full, you know what I'm saying? We got to go there for if I gave you $1. 20 should buy me a little.
I'm just saying, it's like going to a birthday party for the kids and give them cake. They take one bite and then you knock over their plate. Tell them no more. It's mixed signals. It's mixed signals.
It's like, yo, what's the deal? But no, man, shout out to D. Hey, man, those are real life situations,
No
man.
question.
Yeah.
You know, people don't want to talk about stuff like that,
Yeah.
but it's real, you know what I mean? So try to bring y'all, you know, what we actually
You feel me? What we going through?
on the podcast. In other ETA family news, man, we're having another addition to the crew.
Yes.
And not myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm retired.
Congratulations, E.
Big
moment for you and D.
Hey,
We're
what with
excited.
the podcast? Yo.
That would be, if you had one now, that would be your pastor. You know, you thought Jalen was going to be a pastor.
Right. That would be the one.
I promise you.
Yeah, that would be
that
the
little
one.
baby would come out 12 preaching. I swear.
No question.
But no,
Baby shower would be
congratulations in order to my brother Josh.
Yes.
And Heather and the whole Hatch family.
Yeah, more so Heather than
Another addition to the squad. Congrats, Heather, as well. Just happy for you. I got one question. How the hell did this happen? You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
How in the world did this happen?
So when Heather showed me the test, I said, "Is this fair or foul?" She said, "Not." She said, "Not now. Not now. This is not the time for humor."
Yeah,
So, we started Heather and I were married at 20 and 21. We had Bear when we were 26 years old, and Heather's always wanted a third. I gave Heather a tiny window and said, "Okay, let's try for a third." You know, thinking it will or will not happen.
Yeah.
About 30 days later, we're in
Congratulations.
the game. Yeah, and we're halfway through almost. Right
I
now.
was
It's
at
crazy.
the grocery
Crazy.
store when you called me, and it's been a while now, of course,
Yeah.
but I remember I was bugging like, yo, what? Because Huddy's 10. Your baby's 10.
Yep.
And so I'm thinking that's you can go ahead and shut down shop at that point.
Yeah, your babies are my babies.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
That's how we've looked
right.
at it. Yeah.
I'm like, man. So now, of course, I do feel a little pressure. You know what I'm saying? Just a little pressure to come up with one more, man. So I'm like,
Candace
shoot.
and I have been having great text sessions about the next
don't
kid
do
that's
it,
coming.
bro.
Yeah,
Don't do
great
it.
sessions.
Candace is like, she's really about that life. And I'm like, yo, we got a boy and a girl. Like, yo, what's
Right,
the
what else
problem?
can we have?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, man.
I can tell you, another girl.
Right. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, baby girl, too. Lord have mercy. Another baby girl. I definitely can't do that. I'm going to have to go in and, get them separated out and plant a boy
No
because
question.
the girl life is too much. So, congratulations, though, man. I'm sure we'll be getting updates on, you want to say the name?
Yep. Hazel Hatch.
Hazel Hatch.
Hazel, wow.
So, yeah,
that's beautiful.
congratulations, man. And, looking forward to
Thank you.
to meeting our niece. All right, let's get into the podcast because we don't have a ton of time today. We actually have to go do some work in a few. But
Fields.
But
you got to hit the fields.
Yeah, but let me quickly. This is what's been on my mind this week. Loyalty. It's a strong word, man, and I'm. If we don't have nothing else in this company, we got loyalty, right? Like, and there's a reason we don't fool with a whole lot of people. And I just been seeing a lot of. I don't want to say fickleness, but I guess I will say fickle. I just been seeing it a lot lately, and I see people jumping from place to place to place, and not just like sports or nothing like that. I don't even care. LeBron, Lakers, I don't even care. Let's just talk about life for real and how many people that you have in your life, and it doesn't even necessarily have to do with business, but just loyalty in terms of like friendships, in terms of families, in terms of, in our case, business. Obviously, Carl, myself, E, been rolling for a grip, LaShawna. And I told Josh last night, E, I'm like, yo, we've been actually rolling with Josh for a grip now. Cause me and you been together so long, it's like, I forget, like I've known Josh almost 10 years. Think about that. Or I mean, what, 8 years?
8 years.
8
Yep,
years.
8 years, 2012. So,
Yeah,
we're
so
coming on 7 years.
2012.
Wow.
And so that's 7,
Yeah, it
8
was the first conference, yeah. I mean, not the first conference, but he was at.
You hired E in what
In
year?
Hartford.
Hartford. Yeah, it was the first. Yeah.
You hired E in what year?
All right, 2012. Yeah,
2012.
And then Connecticut was 2013 or 14, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So and I'm tripping because I looked at a picture of Josh with the ETA grind gear hat on and Bear and Hud, and I'm like, yo, it's been a grip. And then, shout out to Maul and everybody who's like tight with us. We've been around each other for years. And I'm like, loyalty is one of the biggest things that we've had. And so I was talking about that and somebody was like, well, yeah, you can call it loyalty or you can call it whatever, but what if somebody's got a better opportunity somewhere else? And so like, what if I would have left E and been like, yo, E, I'm not trying to be funny, you my guy, but I have an opportunity somewhere else. And so I guess for me, I want to talk about loyalty as a whole, but I also want to talk about it in terms of, how you guys see it in terms of what's the difference between me being fake and being phony and not loyal and me, discovering a better opportunity for myself or, what I mean? Because I just see so many people, who 1 minute they with this team, the next minute they with this team, and this is, the grass is always greener, if you will. And somebody asked me the other day, like, yo, why did you stay with E so long? And I'm like, yo, I always looked at myself internally in terms of what I could be doing better. I never looked at it as, is somebody going to provide something for me? So E, you've been a part of more crews than I have, and I'm not saying there's any loyalty issues in your old crews or anything,
question.
but just how do you see loyalty? And then we had a conversation yesterday about, what did we call it? Supreme loyalty or like platinum loyalty?
Platinum level.
So break it down for us.
The levels. But no, let me just start here. When you said that, the first thing I thought about was Bob. You know what I'm saying? Like Bob was my dude. Like Bob was that bridge that got me from, high school dropout, homeless, to GED, church, DD, Oakwood. You know what I'm saying? And so even though I left him and went to Oakwood, I never left Bob, meaning like I never forgot what Bob did for me. He was always in my heart, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like I thought about Bob every day, like, yo, man, Bob should have been here. Like how did I get here without Bob? So it wasn't one of those things where I got this opportunity, because there's nothing wrong with an opportunity, but I think some people get it confused. You get an opportunity, and now that opportunity you become loyal to, and not loyal to the people who bless you with that opportunity. So when I got to Oakwood, the opportunity wasn't bigger than Bob. So even though I had met Irv and I had met Trey, you know what I'm saying, and we were traveling and doing our thing. My freshman year, I was in Miami, you know what I'm saying, Nashville, Atlanta, Irv had me all over the place. I married Dee Dee after our freshman year. I went back my sophomore year, I think it was, and I went and got Bob. You feel what I'm saying? So my whole time while I was at Oakwood, every move I made, I looked for an opportunity for Bob. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, I met this person, I'm telling them about Bob. All right, this job, Olive Garden, all right, I'm gonna do what I gotta do so when Bob get here, Bob could get the job at the Olive Garden. So when I went back, Bob wasn't even really still on the trajectory of going to school, because once I left Bob, he was kind of with our boys who was drinking, smoking, whatever. And I think for Bob, he had kind of moved over to that a little bit more than he did the productive Bob. So as soon as I went to the crib, the books that I had, like they gave me books to sell to go back to college. I went to Kmart and me and Bob was pushing them books. And then by the end of the summer, me and Bob drove up. Bob stayed in my crib, in my living room, got him a job at the Olive Garden. Then of course, Bob was the man. He took off and did his thing. So for me, loyalty is about not worshiping the opportunity or being opportunistic, but remembering the people who got you there and just saying like, yo, if there's a way for me to bring you or a way for me to be a blessing to you, I want to continue to do that. And I just think so many people are so ambitious that they're blinded by ambition. Like, it's like, I'm going to use you, see, to get to Oakwood. I'm going to use you to get to Dee Dee. I'm going to use you to get a better life, but I don't care about you, the individual that's helping me. And I just think loyalty means you don't do one without the other. Yep, you take advantage of the opportunities, but you also look out for the person that opened that door for you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, so I love this topic. So for me, loyalty is not a word, it's an action. So loyalty is an action. And you only find out if you are loyal or someone is loyal through adversity.
Yeah.
That's when you actually find it. It's not something you just one day say, I'm loyal. You have to see it over time.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you have to watch
A
someone
lot
over
of cats
time.
loyal when the money pouring
That's
in.
right.
I love you forever, dog.
Yeah, but you add a little bit of friction or a new opportunity, and you see who's loyal. And what's funny is people use loyalty, if we're talking from a business sense, they use loyalty as a way to try to get money. So they'll say, you know I'm loyal, you know I'm here, but I have another opportunity, which means you're not loyal. You're trying to use that as a way to push.
Right,
And the ultimate form of flattery when it comes to loyalty is, if you guys go anywhere and you're in a circle and I'm not there, I never think twice. I never think, what's going on that I don't know about? Is it not in the best interest of the collective? Is everything okay? And I would hope that the feeling is mutual back. But we all move in a way that you're secure because you never have to question that loyalty. And loyalty is probably like someone that cheats on their wife. The first time they do it, they feel really guilty. And then they do it the second time, and they do it the third time, and it gets easier and easier to start flipping opportunities. And in life, in lots of areas, it's like a new car. It's gonna lose the new car smell. It's not gonna look as flashy. Opportunities are hard. Real opportunities are hard. And when you hit that friction, you're gonna find out if you have a team or not, because certain people are gonna move, leave. And loyalty, take it a step farther. Loyalty, when you have loyalty towards each other, you don't add stress on each other. That's part of loyalty too, is staying light. But man, loyalty is such a hard thing to find in the world. Just like pure relationships, it's just hard. You see people go through them all the time. But to me, it's an action, not a word.
Yeah, and I not to disagree, but on the flip side, I'd say that I can't say that I'm not the type of person that does not sometimes question loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say that I'm the type of person that would always say that I don't think of, is like, for real, I'm 48. I know in my 30s, I was probably one that's like, with my wife, like if she goes on a trip or something, I can't say that I was always the type of dude that never thought Didi did anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that dude. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, to Josh's point, for those of us who may question, the loyalty or not, you get to a point where when you question it, that let the record show that this person is loyal. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's what it is. You shouldn't have blind loyalty.
Yeah.
So that's what you shouldn't. Loyalty is not something you should just have blind loyalty. Yeah. But when you've proven it over time, you guys have been together for how long?
Yeah.
So you don't ever worry. You'd never worry if he's going to show up.
No, and not at all. You know what I'm saying? And what I will do, because there are those of us, who, and I'm not making excuses, but those of you who are listening, you know who you are, you know it's real. There are those of us who have had some traumatic experiences that have happened in our lives, that there are certain things that the person necessarily doesn't do, but things that happen that will trigger your trauma, right? And what you have to do in those instances is you have to look at the facts and go, this person is loyal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't let your triggers say, I was talking to somebody today, say, look, you can't let what happened to you in the past make you think that's what's happening to you in the present. Like, what happened to you in the past is real. You touch something and it burns you. That's real. But it doesn't mean every time you get in that situation and it looks like you about to get burned, that you're about to really get burned. You're not. So I think for those of us who've had trauma, it's important for us when we're in a situation, like Josh said, to look at the facts. Like, don't get caught up in your feelings and go, well, because my mom lied to me. I'll never forget, early in our relationship, Didi used to say to me all the time, like, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm not your mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm not going to speak for your mom. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to get in you and your mama's stuff, but your mama lied to you about who your father was. I've never lied to you. So don't make me your mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do me like that. I've been truthful with you on everything. So don't switch mama and Didi. You feel me? Your mama lied to you. I've never lied to you. So don't treat me like Or don't put up guards you would put up because of your mom. Now you walking through life just throwing up guards. So like, don't put that guard up against me. I've only done right by you. So look at the facts and then make the decisions based on what I've done.
But so many people are not loyal. If somebody puts up their guard, there's a reason you put up your guard. It's the reason why I got a security system on my home. Because you got people who are not loyal, people who are, you know what I mean? And so it's crazy because I was sitting there talking to Josh last night and we were like, dog, are we the crazy ones for being like the ones that's just like unflinching? Because most people flinch. Like they really do. So it's like if 90% of the world flinches, if 90% of the world, when we start our company, ain't no money rolling in, and you know people coming in from all over saying, "Oh, you should leave E. E, you should leave C. I can do this better than C can. I can do this better than E can." And we got all of this. Most people break in that moment. Most people do. So then I had to ask Josh. I'm saying, if that's the norm, then we're the ones that aren't normal.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So to put up your guard or to tell somebody not to put up their guard is not really real, because you probably should have your guard up, because most people are trying to snake you.
And you put up your guard at the start because you don't want to go down that road and have to have a really uncomfortable situation. So the guard's up front, so you don't have to have that.
So is there a time limit on earning loyalty?
No,
I'm just asking you. Let me say this real quick. I want to get you the definition, just so people understand what we're saying. So I looked up loyal, and don't lose your train of thought.
No, I got it.
Giving or showing firm and constant support or allegiance to a person or institution.
Yeah, firm. Yeah, I like that. Firm. So let's just say this.
I like constant.
And so you said the whole idea of you've got an alarm system, but you don't have an alarm system for me. And I think this is where people have to start really, you got to start, having a metric system, if you will, to know, okay, in this instance, I'm going to put the guards up. In this instance, I don't. And I think that's what people do. It's what you're saying, see. People are not conscious. So it's just like, you're just going to throw your guard up for everybody. You're going to put your alarm on for everybody. And it's like, you know the code. Tamisha know the code. And I'm not tripping on Tamisha about to go in the crib. Like, that's the person Didi rely on when we not at home. Tamisha going to go in, put the stuff in, turn the heat on. When we come back, fix something, clean, whatever needs to be done. Now all my neighbors not going to have it. Why? Because I've not had an opportunity to test my neighbors. But I'm saying the people...
Okay, so let me ask you this. I get where you're going, but let's say you did give one of the other neighbors it because you thought they were the ones who did, oh yeah, I got you, and you came back one time and they robbed you blind. Then you may not be as quick to give Tamisha the code.
No. And we can't do that. See, and that's what we do wrong. Especially,
you see what I'm saying, though?
But I'm saying,
you tried it before. I gave somebody my heart before.
Yeah.
Somebody else told me they were super loyal and they loved me and they walked out and they played me.
And that's why I'm saying it has to be based on the person. So I can't say Tamisha can't get the key no more.
I'm saying at one point, though, your neighbor was Tamisha. You thought your neighbor was Tamisha. You see what I'm saying? At one point, you thought that they were.
Well, here's what I know, though. I know I can't.
They said that they was true blue.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
But here's what I know. The person I was talking to today, I said, listen to me, this is what you got to understand. You know where your end game is and where you're trying to go. You cannot get there by yourself. We know that. There's no human, as sweet as a human might want to believe they are, there's no one human by themselves that can get to whatever they're trying to get to. So you know that people being unfaithful is a part of it, right? It is what it is. But a team don't stop drafting every year because the last draft they picked was whack. They keep drafting in hopes that, and look, watch what side they're on. They keep drafting in hopes that they're going to draft the right guy that's going to take them to the league. What we do wrong is when we draft and it don't go right, we lose our hope. You shouldn't lose your hope. As a matter of fact, you should get better with drafts. Like each time somebody disappoints you or they're not faithful, you should have a little bit more data, a little bit more information, a little bit more knowledge to know what to look for and what not to look for when it comes to trusting people.
Yeah, I think with the collective too, in today's world, it's so much easier to be disloyal because of this. You have your phone in your hand. Yeah. You see job opportunities. You see Instagram. You see everything going on. So it's at your fingertips. Back in the day, if you want to be unloyal, you actually had to work around people. Yeah. You actually had to go somewhere to do it. Now everything's at your fingertips. And so people are always plotting and scheming and moving different directions. But I think the phones have hard. But I love what you said. And I do. There's different levels to this loyalty. Absolutely. I don't expect people to have diehard loyalty that just started working with us at Harvard. They just met me. Well, I wouldn't expect them to trust me. We brought it up in the meeting yesterday to one of the guys. I said, "You've only worked with me a year. I don't expect you to have dying loyalty and not have any insecurities. You don't know me that well. We haven't worked that. So I wouldn't have the same expectation if someone's worked with me for 3 or 4 or 5 years. And just like you wouldn't with me. We've been rocking now for 8 years together, but we've grown our relationship every single year.
And you've had a chance to test it.
Yeah, and test. And
you feel me? You have a chance to test it.
And we've been through some things.
Yeah.
We've seen some things.
Yeah,
and no one's flinched.
Yeah.
Part of it is who doesn't flinch.
Yeah.
Because I get down. Part of loyalty is I get down. I'm gonna need you guys to pick me up. If you get down, you need me to pick you up, and we don't flinch. Yeah. And so many people just flinch and they get skittish. And I think that's probably where the disloyalty starts is people get really skittish really quick. And to them, it's not disloyal.
Yeah, it's almost crazy. It's like the purge.
They're worried.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the purge. It's like, I've been done wrong, you've been done wrong, so it's like, I get skittish because you skittish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. If so many people are skittish, it's like, you never know who's who. So it's like, everybody killing everybody. So it's like, I'm going to keep my guards up and I'm going to be skittish because you've been skittish because you're probably skittish. And then when one of us, I guess that's why I get so heated, man, when I see people, and I take this, listen, if you're listening to me and you know me and my people know, I get the slightest bit of what looks like could be, and now this is what we're talking about with next level loyalty. If you're listening to me and you all on another influencer, speaker page, commenting and stuff like that, I'm just saying, no disrespect, I look at that as a little disloyal. I'm just saying, I'm taking it, so we're talking about this next level of loyalty now. I'm saying, bro, we in the competition sport.
We're talking about inner circle loyalty.
Yeah, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. Now. So, like I said.
I just want to know we shifted.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
now we're talking about, I'm trying to go to that next place.
Yeah.
Because I just know I get offended. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being real. Like, I don't have nothing against Gary Vee. I don't have nothing against any of them guys. But understand something. We are doing something over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being real. So you all at their conferences, I'm not tripping, but just know I see it. And I'm saying it's nothing wrong with it. And if I see you out and about at the conference, hey, if you're supposed to be down with the crew, I'm just saying, like, stuff like that I look at as finicky. You know what I'm saying? And so people are not only skittish on the surface level, then you get people who are supposed to be on the end who get skittish too. And just know for me, bro, like I said, I have gone to war for E. I will go to war for Josh, Maul. Like, these are people who I will go to war for. And by go to war, that means, bruh, even when you wrong, I'm going to come out there blazing with you, and then I'll tell you later in private you wrong. But I'm saying, I'm going to war with mine. And I think so many people, the reason you're struggling in business is because, for real, you don't go to war with your people. Like, you're not really about that life. Like, me and E really been through a lot of stuff, dog. Tears, pain, hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Josh really been through some stuff. And until you go through some stuff, you can't call yourself loyal. You can't say you're loyal. Like you said it before, it's an action. And I think so many people struggle, small businesses, whatever, because the minute either money is not there, or even worse, we talked about Jay-Z and Dame, when the money comes in, it's even harder.
That's another level.
It's even harder when the money comes in.
Well, I think what people have to do, and I've seen people who have what C calls pseudo-loyal, right? And people who are pseudo-loyal. And I think for those of you who call yourself loyal and you get upset in a relationship because like, I was being loyal and it didn't work the way I thought, there's a difference between being loyal for your selfish ambition versus being loyal to me, right? And I think whoever you're working with and whoever you're saying you're being loyal to, like, you need to have a sit down. It's like I asked the dudes yesterday. It's like, yo, y'all need to have a sit down and really define what end game means. Like, what does that mean to you? Because if I think it means one thing and you think it means something else, we're actually going in 2 separate directions or 4 different directions, and we're never going to get. So I had a guy back in the day. I remember it. He told me Jesus told him. So I was like, oh yeah, this is legit. Jesus told you. I know it's legit. And he was like,
Jesus.
Lowercase Jesus. He told me, God told me to stay by your side, rock with you, whatever. So I was like, all right, bet, bruh. And it looked like that's what he was doing. But we ended up doing a gig, and the gig was right here in the Carolinas. It was in Sumter, South Carolina, which is probably a good maybe 8-9 miles from Huntsville, Alabama, easy. And I remember we were coming up here, we were doing like 3-4 weeks. You know, we would come, we'd do the week, we'd leave on Wednesday night, we took Thursday off, we'd come back Friday, do our thing. We didn't get paid a dime. Somewhere into that second week, you know, I was just like, bruh, I've used my personal money. I don't got no more money. You know what I'm saying? And it's all good because you told me anyway, you was ride or die. I promise you, that second week when we didn't get no money, my man was ghost. And I was like, yo, did you have a different conversation with Jesus? Did he call you back?
Jesus told me, as long as the bread's rolling in.
But I'm saying, he was like so sincere. And then the Lord ended up working it out where we got paid at the very end. So I was geeked because I broke LD off. Tavarius broke off. I broke, you know what I'm saying? So I broke off everybody who was serious, and my man was ghost. And then when things started picking up, he came back to me and was like, yo, E. And I'm like, bro, I promise you, to C's point, I have never spoken to him again.
So he was loyal to the opportunity, not
that's
loyal
it.
to you.
He wasn't loyal to me.
And that's what people don't
came
understand.
under the guise of the Lord.
Jesus.
But,
Jesus, I'm sorry.
So growing up in Utah is Salt Lake is one of the Ponzi scheme capitals of the world. It runs all over the place. Now we say if someone comes to you and uses God is the reason why you're supposed to invest or do business with them, turn and run. Oldest trick in the book, because the fast way to the heart. Fast way of the heart, right? You can't question it because you're looking at. There's no way to question it.
God told me.
God told me. Yeah. But yeah, you're talking about he's loyal to the opportunity, right? And you pick back up, he's back, right? And acting like he was there the whole time because he's loyal to the opportunity. The hard part is to find people that are loyal to you.
That's it.
To you.
That's it.
To your family.
That's it.
To no matter what. There's no gain. There's no gain.
No matter
If there's no gain, would they be there?
Yeah. And this is important, guys. For those of you who are listening. He said loyal to you and your family. And this means even when you may not be, what Josh said, you are down and you're not where you're supposed to be, I'm not about to switch up the game and be like, oh, you know, and you heard it. Y'all heard it on the podcast a couple weeks ago. I'm sorry, not on the podcast, guys. For those of you who are on the coaching call, on the Sunday coaching call, Carl made a comment. I don't remember what happened, but some kind of way we had gotten into this whole concept of, you know, change and whatever. And Carl was like, yeah, I hadn't talked to E in like, 3 months or whatever. You know what I'm saying? When the time came, I'm gone. I put Didi first, was doing some, self-reflection, whatever. So I hadn't been at the crib, hadn't really called like that, whatever. So Carl was like, yo, it hurt like hell, right? And I was like, not in a humorous way, but I was chuckling because I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, I didn't even know it was that deep. You know what I'm saying? I had the slightest idea. But when Carl said that, I knew that Carl was going through whatever his go-through were as we were making a transition. We going into 2019. Y'all know me. It's like, I done spaced out. I'm like, I got to get this done, this done, this done. So what do? I'm putting more energy into Didi, more energy I told him into Jalen. Jalen graduated. My man, he tried to get ready to get to the next level in his life. I'm like, I'm about to pour into my son. My daughter is a senior. She trying to, finish up. And I never said when Carl was going through that particular whatever, I never said, bump Carl. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe he blase. What I said was, yo, that's my man. And I got to find a way to get him to understand, like, yo, Didi, we need to do some marriage counseling, like spend some time with them, church, whatever. But I'm not about to say, oh, because Carl just said on the line, it hurt like hell, I don't talk to eat, whatever. I'm not about to be like, oh, I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you going through that. What's wrong with you? I called my wife and was like, yo, D, something up? I wasn't even paying attention like that. Let's do this, let's do this, let's do that. But loyal to, like, whoa, bro, if you need to take off for a week or two, I will work and make sure you eat. You feel me? And so there are people, like you said, when other people go through it, now you going through it. Now you like, E tripping, E whatever, I'm through with E. No, when you're really loyal to Josh's point, I'm loyal to you, whether you're on top of your game, whether you're not on top of your game, because I'm loyal to you as the individual. And I think a lot of y'all need to do some self-reflection because you say you're loyal, but you are. You're loyal to the opportunity. You're loyal to however you feel like it makes you look, being on the team, like you're loyal to the future that y'all have together, and you're not necessarily loyal to the person. And the reason why we say there's levels, because if you're loyal to the family, you will get the rewards that come with being loyal to a family. Whereas if you're only loyal to the opportunity, you can't expect to get what a C is getting. You can't expect to get what a Carl is going to get. You can't expect to get that in this company if you weren't as loyal as they were. You come in tomorrow, don't think just because you grind and hustle that you're going to get what people who've been here for 10 years are going to get.
Plus, without the people of 10 years, the loyalty doesn't get to where it is today.
Right.
So you have to respect the people that actually did the heavy lifting to get it off the ground. That's the problem.
You know, I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, I love the mafia. You know what I'm saying?
No, so hey,
bro, they gotta look coast to coast. I'm like, bro, and don't, you know, I'm obviously teasing, but I'm like,
you're talking mafia. Part of mafia is Omerta. Silence.
Yeah.
You don't share all your business. You don't need. You don't share all your business. It's Omerta. So you know.
That's the name of this podcast.
I absolutely love this topic. But people walk up to us after the conferences all the time or send us messages and say, man, if I could only get a circle like you and E and Jamal and Carl, like I'm looking for that circle. I want that circle. No, you don't. You know how much work it is? Mm-hmm. You know the friction you have to go through to be able to get to something like this?
Yeah.
You know the uncomfortableness you have to go through? You know the commitment I have to make to Candace and Trey and Avery and to D and Jada and Jalen and to Maul. And I mean, if something happened to E, we're covering them. That's not a loyalty that anyone has to worry about. And people say, I want to do that. You know how much work, you know how much productivity you have to be in it.
Well, I'm thinking you're in a crazy space too, Josh, because you've been in a relationship, you know, with a former business partner. And again, you guys know the story from the podcast. Your business partner stole millions, but it always like drops my heart to my stomach because you describe your relationship with that gentleman the same way as me and E. You know, about the same age difference. You had the same type of reverence for him because he was older, he was magnetic, people loved him. Yeah. When people were drawn to him, you guys started something and you blew it up and, you know, for him to leave. So I'm wondering how that even shapes you even more in terms of, I know both of you had, you know, tough relationships with your fathers early on and that kind of shaped you, but then you actually had a relationship in business too that went sour. So like I said, you'd actually be right to have your guards up. And sometimes I look at you and I'm like, yo, Josh just trusts me and E, you know, and Maul and our little circle that we have now, and you were with that gentleman maybe even longer than you've been with us before something was exposed. You know what I'm saying? So I always wonder, like, is that in the back of Josh's mind? Like, does he think, like, maybe, because you probably never thought that would happen.
Yeah, so you've got to put yourself out there, but what I will say, it's what E brought up at the very beginning, you get better. Yeah. So I wouldn't fall for it. The 38-year-old Josh would have asked a lot better questions because I'm smarter, I've been around the block. Mm-hmm. So what do I tell you? When people walk up and they use what words do I run?
Love.
People walk up and start and say, I love you, or I'm with you forever. Right. Or that scares me. People think that's cool. It scares me. I go, okay, no, you're using words that we don't need to use. Yeah, you're overselling this. Yeah. So now I'm scared. Yeah. So when they say, like, we're gonna do business forever, no matter what, I love you, I'm loyal, I'm here till the end, I just get scared. Yeah. It's an action, it's not a word. Yeah, no so if you can use that word that easy, it scares me. Yeah. I love you too. I can say that. Yeah. We've been together now for 8 years, rocking side by side. If I met someone last week and said, I love you and we're gonna do business together forever, I think he'd look at me like, you're crazy. I mean, I like you and this is cool, but
you see people do it all the time.
Oh, all the time. All the time. And then they switch.
That's the new currency.
They never even met each other, just Instagram DMs.
And that's why you see the breakups so bad, or when someone can't keep their commitment. They don't even know each other and they go, he didn't keep his commitment. I'm like, you didn't even know the guy. Yeah. That's an unfair circumstance. You can't put the expectation on him. You don't even know if he can do it. You just heard money.
Period.
But I think what we need to do, guys, is we need to, for those of you who are listening, you need to value the actions as much as or greater than you value the words. And I think that's what happens to a lot of you. You have your guard up and it's the words that you're looking for. It is the affirmation. I was talking to somebody today and I was just like, yo, bro, I feel you. But you're looking for the affirmation and that's not something that you probably want to look for because the affirmation may make you feel a certain way. It does. Immediately, let me tell you something. As an affirmation dude, an affirmation definitely fills your cup. It does. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you will get the outcomes that you're looking for with the affirmation.
A lion, you know what's crazy, E? A lion looks for the weakest gazelle.
Right.
And it's funny because if you're getting played and you keep opening yourself up to getting played, remember we had a homie in college, remember what he said?
Yeah.
I'm looking for the girls with the low
With the low
self-esteem.
self-esteem.
Oh, he would say that. He was like, yo, I'm looking, because you looking for anything. And some of you are looking for loyalty so bad that you accept anything and you end up getting played. To E's point, E, I don't want to step on your toes, but like, yo, that's so real because you are so thirsty that you're looking for any type of relationship. You're looking to join any kind of circle. And to Josh's point, that's why we keep a small circle. For the longest, we didn't have any partners. Then Josh came, I don't know how Josh came in, but he came in. And then Maul was the last one, but I'm like, Maul took forever and he was around forever and he finally got in. But you can't be looking all the time for something to be a part of so bad because
and we talked about this, you can't want to be in the circle to be in the circle.
Right.
You're automatically out if you want to be in.
That's it.
That's it. People don't realize if you have to be in, you're automatically out.
But
you're not secure enough.
But listen to me, for those of you listening, you got to be healed.
That's exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what it is.
Internally, you got to be healed.
You got to become healthy.
Right. You can't get to this place, and this is not about money, y'all, for real. This is about whatever we put our hands on, whatever we touch, wherever we place our feet, it's going to be blessed. Why? Because you're surrounded by help. So that's one of the things that I would tell you to look for when you're looking for someone to be loyal to. Be careful when people tell you they're not loyal to the people that they're supposed to be loyal to, but they're going to be loyal to you. Like, be careful. And it doesn't make people bad people. But if somebody tell you they've been through 8 marriages, I don't know that. Like, whether you know it or not, a business relationship is like a marriage. You feel it is. So if a person can't keep a marriage together, what makes you think they're going to be able to keep a partnership together? You know what I'm saying? A business partnership. So guys, look for health, right? When I was like, yep, I can be loyal to C, it's the same thing. It's like with Bob always put my interests first. Like, that's how you know you're in a healthy relationship. It was like Bob was always like, yo, E, I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you, bro. Like, I'm probably not gonna make it to Oakwood, but you need to go. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how I knew, yo, this is a real relationship. He's not saying, he's not even saying let's go to Oakwood together. He like, yo, E, we about to go on the east side, pick up this bag. Do me a favor, E, you know I love you. And I know you're gonna feel some type of way. I didn't even know I was a flamingo back then. I didn't know what I was. But I did feel some type of way with my homie saying, you can't come with us. Like, that hurt. I'm like, bro, what? He like, yo, you can't come with us. I'm like, why not? He like, listen to me, E. Even though you're with us, you have an opportunity that we don't have. We may not come back when we go over here. I need you to stay here, right? And he would try to do it nickel slick, like somebody got to stay on the block and look out for the shorties on the block, but don't come, right? I remember we had this big fight. I talk about it in the book. And I went ham on the dude. You know what I'm saying? I went ham. My boy, Lil B, called me, and I was like, what's up, Lil B? I'm thinking he talking about the fight. Like, yo, E, you about to go up in the rank now. We saw your loyalty, right? And Lil B was like, yo, E, man, appreciate you last night, but between me and you, bruh, go to college for us.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do this, bruh. Like, you
loyal to the person.
Right, and they was loyal to me. Like, get out of here. So anytime they call me, whatever. So be careful when you're with people, and it's always, so another case in point, CJ said it, he could speak just like I could speak, but he decided to back away from speaking and say, all right, E, even though I know you're not, and for real, y'all, a lot of y'all see me, doing my thing. Y'all don't know. I wasn't comfortable with that whole ET up front stuff. Like, that's not my swag. But I was like, all right, cool. See, if that's what you think we need to do, I will make sure, and this is why I speak with so much passion, because C has a plan, but guess who got to execute that plan? C can say all day, we're going to put E up front and E the one, but I still have to get on stage or get on the mic or do a radio interview or a podcast, and I still got to lick it for his plan to work. But his thing was, E, you go before us. And I'm like, all right, cool. That's why I would do whatever for Carl. I told Carl in the basement, we won't divulge the conversation, but my wife, his wife, we had a conversation. And I said to Carl, listen to me, bro. I don't know what you think. I'm not really sure what's going on in your mind, but I'm going to tell you this. You don't have to work another day in your life, and I will make sure that your family eat. Like, however much you say you think you should make a year, I promise you, I'll cash you out and give you that. Because if it wasn't for your sacrifice and doing those videos like you were doing it for your brother or your mama, I wouldn't be where I am.
And that's great. Because we're talking about people being loyal to us. That's loyalty to the person.
That's it.
If Carl can't do the opportunity anymore, you're loyal to the person. You're loyal to Carl and to Carl and Tamisha.
Let me ask you this.
Sorry, I was going to say.
Yeah.
So it's if you take it like doing business with people, and so loyalty to me is, if you take it as an analogy, when someone drives up in a fancy car, right? Someone rolls up in a Bentley, people go, man, we should do business with him. He's smart.
Right.
You have no clue if he can even pay for the Bentley.
Right.
You have no clue if he has
Right.
10 million or $10 in his bank account.
Yeah.
But to you, it's exciting, it's cool. People look at opportunities the same way. And so they start using things like loyalty, or we should jump on that because it looks flashy from the outside. And then it gets twisted. People use words they shouldn't be using way too early in relationships that they can't live up to. It's not fair. You haven't had to go through any actions yet to know if you can even live up to those words.
Can you learn loyalty?
I think you can learn anything.
You think somebody who's been
you can.
unloyal
I think
or
you can.
disloyal
Yeah, I think
could
you
learn
can.
to be loyal?
Let me
can.
ask you this question back. Can you let someone back in with you once they've shown they're not loyal?
I think you can.
You ain't no.
I think you can.
You never let nobody back in fully.
Yeah.
I done seen
think
I'm
you can.
telling you.
I think you can.
On the low.
Did he ask? Hold on. Did he ask you? Did he ask E? Or did he
is
say,
the Godfather.
Can you do
Hey,
it, Josh?
let me
That's
tell you
what I did.
something.
I'm not the standard.
Hey,
on
don't
if
let
you
the
can be
hip-hop
forgiven or
preacher
not.
fool you.
I'm not the standard.
Listen, don't let E fool you, bro. No, I'm saying this is a
I'm
true
telling the
statement.
truth.
You
Yes.
value loyalty,
Yes.
big time.
Yes.
And I've seen cats who were.
And that's one way to get if E
Omerta.
gets if there's a skittish part that's going to happen. E is the flamingo and everything else, but he walks around with a pair of scissors.
Oh, no question.
And he will cut.
Right.
'Cause
But
to
I'm
help
saying,
him-
I do give you, I don't come with the scissors.
No, you don't.
You don't.
But I'm
No,
saying you also don't come back to.
But because
Come
you're
back.
because you're
Well, you
such-
gotta survive. See, if you keep getting cut, you're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna die.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So I'm not saying be what Josh said earlier. Blind loyalty is not loyalty. That's not loyalty. So for me, it's like, and here's the thing, which I mean, you may know or you may not know. I don't know, but it's not even one strike with me. You feel what I'm saying? It's not even.
Oh, yeah, no. You get somebody.
Yeah, it's not even you were unloyal.
But I'm
once.
saying I've seen some people though who you have.
Absolutely.
And not even like you bitter or nothing. You just like, oh, that's it.
No, why? Because to Josh's point, it's and I think I've gotten way colder over the years because more people are involved now. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I got people like, and I'm not gonna say names, but there are people in the organization who may not necessarily be as in touch with reality. They ain't street, so they don't get it. So I cut quick because this person is gonna manipulate you way quicker than they gonna manipulate me. Mm-hmm. So I gotta cut because if you feel like I'm loyal to them, then the door is open, and you like, oh, if ET and them loyal to E, then of course, you know, if I see Bear on the street, Bear ain't gonna go, I can't get in the car with Uncle E. The way you set it up, she gonna feel like, oh, there go D. We can sit down and eat desserts together without me thinking she gonna do something. You feel me?
Right.
So for me, the reason why I cut so quick is because I'm one of the few people that when people are with me, they actually gain leverage from the world.
Right.
You feel me?
And where you're interesting, E, to me, always with the loyalty
That ain't
spectrum.
always been the case though.
You're probably right about that.
I'm just saying, you didn't always have this kind of juice.
No, but
I
I'm
saw
saying,
you cut people even back in the
but
day.
remember, the first time when we had the situation in Cali, I had you do it. I wasn't even
Oh,
doing
yeah,
that
yeah,
then.
for sure.
But that person helped me to realize, yo, you can mess it up for everybody. So after that incident, when I had you take care of it, I was like, E, don't do that to C no more. Like, you need to start doing this because if C do it, there's still people gonna be like, well, Eric didn't do it, so maybe it ain't that bad. So I was like, E, you have to do it because for real, I'm an influence. So if E let it go, then it means it's okay.
Right.
And I was like, yo, E, you gotta stop it, not just for you, but for the community, you gotta stop
Yeah,
it.
the depths of your net in the ocean
even
is so
then,
big.
See, even when we was in Cali, even the influence then.
Yeah, people
you're
can
right.
run games around you on people that are close to you without you
Yeah.
even knowing.
Yeah.
just by the name.
Organifi. Listen, man, shout out to Organifi, our sponsor of this podcast, always looking out for us. Organifi.com, promo code success, man. Listen, health is wealth. Go and get you some Organifi, man. You know we on it strong. E got something in his bag right now. We about
Pure,
to pull it out
keep it.
and hit the Pure and the green juice before we go into this meeting.
that green,
Last thing, man, we're down here because of the solar company. And for those of you who don't know, myself, Josh, E, we do own a solar company. And, you know, we kind of, I know you've heard us maybe mention it a couple of times, but, you know, it's growing. You know what I mean? Thank God, you know, the loyalty inside the organization has been working.
Yeah.
And E's down here doing some training with the squad, man. And, you know, we're blessed to have this incredible opportunity. Josh, of course, has, you know, been spearheading this effort. E and myself have been coming and helping as much as possible. And it's been an incredible 18 months. And, you know, E came down, did a training yesterday. Phenomenal. And, you know, this is different for us. Obviously, Josh has done it before, but, you know, E and I have been in the personal development space for a long time. So it's, you know, a little different transition just in terms of owning a company that has nothing to do with personal development in that sense. But, of course, we're able to still pour into our staff. And, you know, the guys are doing an incredible job, and it's grown to the point now where we're the number one solar company in the state of South Carolina. And Josh, if you want to give out some information, if you want to let them know just kind of where we're at, whatever, I want to make sure that obviously we're in a position where we're growing now, moving into some other states. If people want information on an opportunity, I think one of the most incredible things that we've been able to do is give people a great opportunity at, you know, earning a great living and, you know, being a part of an amazing team. So not sure if you want to shed any extra light on that before we get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, we get the ultimate win-win with this job because you have people that you can make a great living, but you're also helping homeowners and you're helping the environment. So it's such a fun industry, and it fits right in line with ETA and Harbor as side-by-side companies, all of us on it, because what we do is we try to grow and help people mature. So we take young professionals, and by the time they leave, I always tell them, you're with us for 5 years or 10 years, great. And if you're with us for 3 years, I hope we're financing your future. So you can come in and work hard. So it's a great opportunity. We're growing through the Carolinas, North and South Carolina, Illinois. We're looking at other markets right now. But if you're interested in getting into sales, really learning the skill set needed for really any industry, we'd love to have a chance to talk to you. You can look us up at info@harborsolar.com. So info@harborsolar.com. Go to our social media accounts under Harbor Solar. Follow us, but we'd love to talk to you. I think we've got a pretty good handle on the motivation. There's this guy that's working with us named Eric Thomas, and he helps out a little bit. But we put a system that really works, and it helps people propel their futures. And we feel really good about it. Again, it's been a great 18 months. We're just getting started. And we're always looking for great people.
Looking forward to taking this thing.
Loyal, great people.
Yeah, loyal, great people, man. Shout out, apologize for the shorter podcast today. If me and E gonna do and get Carl back on and do 4 hours next week.
I'm talking about
and
4.
Just blow it out. Well, I'm trying to
here's what's crazy.
How long do we do?
An hour.
Yeah, well, every time we do an hour, we get dirty emails. So, we're out of here, y'all. We love you. Hey, check us out, 1%. Go to etinspires.com, go to the events.
1%.
Check us out,
Club.
1%. Dallas, Chicago.
Hey, Chicago, y'all behind Dallas. This is crazy.
Oh, blasphemy.
I'm talking about Chicago.
That's well, that's because you gave some of your family free tickets.
Chicago, come up. Also, real quick, Chicago, we do not have as many sponsors. We got sponsors in Dallas killing Chicago. If you're from Chicago and you are a business owner, we got over 1 million followers. You need some, whatever you need. You need tickets to whatever. Get sponsors, Chicago, we need you. Sponsor.
All right, we got to go, man. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Be loyal.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.